Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Starward Bound. I'm Pruitt. I will be your DM this evening, as I am most weeks. In fact, every week, save one. And tonight we have a special guest, as you can tell. In the place of Dakul will be Grant Ellis, because Trey is off being an amazing dad to an amazing kid. And so congrats to Trey and Cairo for the accomplishment that he has made. So let's get to sponsors, then we'll get to cast and crew. That's the order we do things. Sponsors, Tabletop Loot. Go to www.tabletoploot.com. WebDM15 is going to get you 15% off dice, mugs, and t-shirts. So go ahead and check that out. You're welcome. It's a little bit of a discount, but who doesn't need more dice? I know I do. It's actually been far too long. So let's get around to cast and crew. See how everybody's doing this evening as we get on with this adventure here. First and foremost, the one who is now free, breaker of theses. Anyway, I'm not smart. So whatever that past tense of that is, or whatever. Anyway, Kiana, how are you doing? How about you talk now?
I'm doing good. And yes, I have completed my undergrad. I am free now. You've probably seen me tweet a lot about my thesis recently if you follow me on Twitter. But yeah, I'm so excited to be here and to be playing with these guys, going off into space. I play E44, everyone's favorite murder robo, Warforged Barbarian. I don't know what they're going to do now. They just don't. This entire trip to the air elemental plane was just like them going along for the ride, and now they're just going to be on the ride back.
Yeah, but where is back?
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Next up, Emma, how are you doing this evening?
I'm okay, Pruitt. This is one of those days where I'm really glad that I'm here and that the rest of it is over. It's one of those days. I'm happy to be here and play Hillguard because it's been a very long day. My boy got up very early, and when I said let's go back to sleep, all he did was point at the window and said the sun came up. And that's kind of the way the rest of the day is gone. Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't brighten your day, I don't know what will. So yeah.
No.
Yeah, I get you. So yes, next up, Greg. How's it going, man?
Doing well, buddy. I'm here playing everyone's favorite halfling arcane trickster, Ellery Toss Bottle. I rolled a 1 on my dexterity check earlier, and Satan and Father Time decided to tag team my spine. But I'm here to play Let's rock and roll. Back to you, Pruitt.
Yeah, man. You're a trooper. God damn. Anyway. And the man who has been holding the same face for the last 10 minutes, our guest tonight, Grant Ellis. How are you doing tonight, Grant?
I've held this face for 37 years, Jonathan Pruitt. Doing great. My name's Grant Ellis. I attended the University of Hawaii on a ping pong scholarship. And tonight I'll be playing everyone's favorite half-elf bard, Guacamole. I'm good. I can get through this.
So there we are. So a little bit of a recap to bring us up to speed. The party found themselves prisoners to a fire elemental, wanting to turn them in as a bounty to an air genie by the name of Akari Saraki. They decided to kill that fire elemental, and they did in quick fashion. Dakul decided to don the helmet that he bore, making him the guardian of the 84th Outer Gate, which whisked him away to elsewhere for a time. And then he came back. And it is then that Ellery came face to face with he who Ellery stole from. Yeah. A very emo air genie by the name of Akari Saraki, standing on his little rain cloud, rain pouring upwards, causing his mascara to run up his forehead and out the back of his head. He brought the party back to his palace, which was in disarray, the lighting destroyed because of the actions of one or two of the party members. After much debate, Ellery apologized and secured the release of Dakul from the helmet, no longer making him the guardian of the 84th Outer Gate. But at one request, which is Ellery now owes Akari Saraki a favor, which is where we left off. Going to owe me a favor, which I will call in right now. Ellery, do you fancy brothels?
Yes.
I thought so. I have a request of you. There is a very particular brothel in a very particular place, the owner of which owes me a favor. I invested in his establishment at its inception or conception. I'm not sure what's appropriate in the matter. Anyway, and he has not paid back the debt. So what I would like from you... No. Do not kill him. I enjoy visiting his establishment. The women are quite... Anyway. I need you to procure a very particular piece of paper. Upon this scrap of paper is a recipe for an intoxicant that is like the likes of which I have not experienced since the first time I tasted the rapturous nectar. He owns this recipe. I have but a corner, and he presents a corner of a piece of paper. And on this piece of paper, you can only make out the letters TH. It's like the top left corner, and it's the first couple of letters.
The next letter is C. We know it.
No.
Okay.
That is an ingredient. That is not the name. For you see, it is called the thrum of the cosmos. Let me tell you, Ellery, have you ever experienced pure ecstasy?
Yes.
From an intoxicating substance? I mean, when you literally saw beyond, where you traveled the plains?
I feel like I'm being set up for something, but yeah, to my knowledge.
Well, then you know what I mean. So that is all I require. You go to this brothel, find a way to procure this recipe.
Thrum.
Yes, the thrum of the cosmos. And he kind of like, you see him like kind of, his eyes go out of focus as he probably is recalling a memory. It is
Sounds
a
like
simple
a Motley
request.
Crue album, but okay.
Yes. Mm. That is true. They're a good band. But if you do this for me, we are square.
Okay. Give me my square of paper and off I go.
Well, before you do, I have a small favor to ask of you. I have a... what shall I call him? A page boy? An apprentice in training? I don't know.
You want me to kill him?
No, not yet. He hasn't angered me. It's just he needs a little more experience in the ways of the world. I would like you to take him alongside. Just make sure he comes back alive if you can. That is it.
Okay. So I'm to go to a brothel,
Yes.
get a recipe for drugs.
Yes, you've got it.
I take somebody that you sort of care about along with me. And
That's... it's...
if they die, well, tough shit. But so I have no responsibilities. Last time I went to a brothel like this, I lost someone dear to me and they became a ghost. So
Well,
if history repeats itself, you're going to need a young priest and an old priest. But I'll leave that up to you.
I never cared for priests. No offense. Sorry.
What? What did we ever do to you?
Nothing. It's a long story. I don't really want to go into it. But yes, this is all I require.
If you're asking us for a favor to take somebody along, then you'll owe us.
I tell you what. And he kind of looks over at Dakul and Zico, who are like, they're both kind of like looking at all the proceedings here, and it looks like they kind of want to get back to, the whole fate of their sphere. Tell you what. I will whisk them back so they can deal with their whatever it is. Home troubles. If you would accompany him. Do you agree? Do you acquiesce?
I'm not in charge, but okay.
I mean,
Commodore?
is Guacamole here?
He hasn't, y'all haven't accepted him yet. No, he hasn't, he
Christ, spoiler alert. Is special guest star Grant Ellis as Guacamole here yet? I don't know.
What his name was.
I'm taking matters into my own hands. So Guacamole saunters out. He's wearing a long pair of alligator skin bell bottoms and a leopard print vest, and the rest of him is bare. He's got finned arms. That's a natural feature. And he comes out. He goes, "Did someone call for me? I thought I heard a dwarf."
Guacamole, I told you to wait for the queue line. Never mind. Here he is.
I'm
He'll
always
just
a
one
tad
look at him and say, "It's
premature.
we're going to require at least 1,000 gold to do this.
You owe him a favor.
Preferably 1,000 gold piece diamond."
Is that a component?
Maybe.
I'll see what I have in my private treasury. But yes, I agree.
All right. Sounds good to me. Welcome to the crew, Guacamole.
Well, then we have an accord. Fine. Now that you've
Getting rid of
agreed, now that you've agreed to do this for me, I will take you far to a place where the blood war spilled out into our plane about an eon ago, millennia. What's longer? I'm not sure. Anyway, but yes, from there you will walk the path. You will go to Avernus. You will go to this brothel. It is called the Bad Seed. You'll find it along the road, not too far in. Now, be careful. His name is Bainbridge, and he has a sharp eye. But Ellery, I have faith in you.
First mistake.
We shall see, won't we?
I guess.
And with that, he claps his hand together and rubs them together until almost a small tornado whips up, and he lets it go, and it whisks Dakul and Zico up, and they kind of go ass over tea kettle as they are like whisked out the door and down. And you like look out, you see them go out to that little island where the staircase goes down to the plane of fire, and you see them like tumble down. Now that that's dealt with in a thematically appropriate way, be off.
Bye, Dad.
Well, not yet, and I told you not to call me that.
Okay.
Sir is fine.
Yes, sir.
All right. And with that, Akari Suraki leads the five of you, along with TK-808, out of his palace, down the stairs. And there's a small cloud, about 5 by 10, just kind of roiling and moving. And he steps upon it and motions for you to do the same.
Shotgun.
Okay, yep, there's...
I only ride bitch.
So Ellery moves up next to Akari Suraki at the front, and then it sounds like Guacamole squeezes in between Hilda and E.
Is he really your dad?
No.
If he was, why do you name you Guacamole? It's a terrible name.
What's your name?
Hildegard.
Then you understand.
And with that, you're whisked away from Akari Suraki's so-called Thousand Mountains. It falls back into the distance, and after some time, you see a soft orange glow in the distance of the plane of air, and you begin to see it's almost like a focal point that resolves into this floating island. It would be if like the side of a volcano just was floating in space, and you kind of see like lava spilling out in a river over two sides. But there's a couple of like the landscape of it is broken, not quite mountainous, but rugged, rocky. It's probably no larger than a few thousand meters in diameter as you approach it. But very quickly you can see as this cloud begins to kind of burn up and dissipate as the heat of this kind of fiery landmass gives way to it, and right as the mist is dissolved under your feet, you all step upon hard ground. It's mostly like obsidian, like volcanic rock, and in front of you, you can see where two rocks kind of form an entryway. And Akari Suraki takes a few more steps forward. He's kind of shrunk his size down to about 10 feet, but you can see sweat kind of doppling his bluish face. And he motions there is the entrance. Not far, once you enter the lands of Avernus, you'll see it. Along the roadside, up on a hill.
The bad seed.
That it is. A very bad seed.
Fucking super. Let's do this.
I wish you good luck and good fortune. And he kind of rubs his hands together expectantly, like just happy as can be. And he, as Guacamole, as you walk by, he pats you on the head. He's
I
like,
lick my lips at him.
now, yes, moisturize. You don't want dry lips. It's very dry there. Remember your lip balm. And he, I believe in you.
Single tear.
Remember, keep a close eye. Watch what they do. They tell you to run. It's okay. Run. Okay?
Yeah. I'm pretty fast.
Oh, I know it. Like the wind you are. And he kind of like hops off the edge and just kind of, you see him just zip through the air away from you. And you're left on this kind of volcanic landmass.
Whoa.
Well, I guess we should go through these rocks and go to the whorehouse.
Got any smokes?
Hey, it's funny you should mention that. And Ellery looks back to see if the air elemental's gone.
He is.
And then hey, you ever thought about fire? How awesome it is?
It burns.
You like that?
Depends where.
All right, well, no fire down below, though we are going to a brothel, so no, all bets are off. But let's revisit this. Just think fire. We've found a new helmet. He starts to walk through the two rocks.
I follow behind.
Ellery, I feel the need to remind you that your dick is in fact still in the brig.
Wait, let me turn around. What?
Your dick is in the brig.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It dug a tunnel.
It can't do that. How is it?
Listen.
It doesn't have any tools or no. There's nothing opposable.
Listen,
How's
remember
your
that?
dick?
Remember that rock hammer you gave it when it first got in there, and that big picture of Bridget Bardot?
I didn't.
Ellery's dick climbed through half a mile of shit to reach the other side.
Every time that kills me.
No, it didn't work. You know it.
Got my money on that tall drink of water. Ellery's dick.
Get busy living or get busy dicking. That's damn right.
Oh God.
Put my armrest down again. All right. To the brothel, he said.
Just listen to your bodies.
This is. I'm just saying, it's going to be more dangerous than usual to fuck something here.
Yeah, and as Hilda is explaining this,
Something,
Ellery, you walk through this passage, this kind of like two piece. It just looks like two rocks that have like fallen up against one another, and the smell of like blood and cinder just fill your nostrils, and you walk for just long enough to start to feel uncomfortable in the darkness before you see a glint of red in the distance from this tunnel. And as you approach this light that is expanding in your vision, you hear heavy footsteps, like many footsteps in like unison, like walking, marching in order from beyond. It's still probably about 100 feet away, the exit of this tunnel. Do you continue moving, or do you do anything special?
He just whispers to his penis that is not in the brig. We
Okay.
are fuckers. We are
Let's see.
fuckers in an unholy land.
Okay. And so,
What's
is
that?
anybody else doing anything as you're approaching? Because you all kind of hear this.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck one of my hairs and blow it into the wind. And at that point, cast Silent Image and have a second Guacamole kind of walk ahead of us, like, with not a care in the world. And I want to see as that second Guacamole shoots out in front of us, if something happens to him.
Okay. Yeah, you again, you hear this marching kind of progressing past the exit of this tunnel, and Guacamole walks out, kind of like look, whatever. I don't know if you have him just like look around or whatever, but you don't hear. You just hear the continued marching, and it's now starting to grow a little quiet as the Doppler effect is now. It sounds like they have passed.
Okay.
But you didn't hear any cries of alarm or anything like that.
All right. Second Guacamole will drop into the splits, then stand back up, because that's pretty dang impressive. But only the fake Guacamole can do that. Like Johnny Cage style.
Okay.
Goodbye, my
Johnny.
brother. Wave my hand and dismiss him.
All right. So y'all continue down the path?
I think so.
So you move out of the tunnel onto like a broken and chalky like ledge on the side of this mountain that runs down towards a path, and you can see not too far in the distance. Looks like you're not sure how many, maybe 200, 250, but they look like various imps and devils, just kind of marching in order. Some of them have armor, some of them are flying in formation behind, but looks like they're just kind of marching down the path and into the distance. As you look around, you see a broken and jagged plain, skies of red and black smoke. There's a river flowing in the distance. Looks like it's maybe clotted with blood. And you see strewn about on this mountainside the evidence of past battles, old suits of armor, horned skulls, things of that nature, kind of some broken into the rock. And you are standing on a ledge looking out over the first layer of hell.
Ellery, fully expecting to end his life and begin it here, is unfazed and continues to walk in the direction that he was told the bad seed. Hey, it's hell, everybody!
I do not know if that is a good thing.
You're very musical.
Am I?
Are you?
Nobody has ever said that before, though if you are making an observation that is somewhat objective, then I suppose I am.
Your Warforge is awesome. Sorry. Guacamole.
So,
Guacamole
and-
has a 7 charisma. I randomly generated them. And
Oh,
they're just
buddy.
yeah. Whoa.
hard with a 7 charisma. So yes, this ledge extends down probably about 50 feet down to the little valley floor here, where a trail runs by back and left to right in front of you. You were told that, go in, take a left, down the trail, down on the left on a hill, you'll see it. That's what you were told. And it looks like, it's the direction that this troop of devils is marching.
We can follow the Devil's Brigade.
Again, I do not think that is a good thing.
It's okay. I'll protect you.
He says to the warforged that towers over him.
Yeah, I pull out my my woodwind instrument that was carved out of a mind flayer's skull.
Why do I think of Glenn Fry when you just did that opening? For some reason, I got like Smuggler's Blues.
It's the worst.
I don't know why.
I can do this. The worst part is I like block my camera and put on a costume for this. Yeah. I'm a Twitch streamer, hoping to make partner this year.
So do y'all go down the path?
You better believe Guacamole
Yes.
does.
Okay.
I guess we are.
How are you traversing? You just walking openly? You trying to use some manner of stealth, keeping your distance? How are you proceeding?
You want me to go first, Commodore, and make sure that I can,
I've got it.
you don't run into any traps?
That would be all right. Just be careful. Make sure that we can see you.
Don't worry, I'm awesome. Bare minimum 22.
I think we'll see how this works. I can cast the spell Warding Wind. So a strong wind blows around us in a 10-foot radius, and it moves with us. And what it does is it'll extinguish any unprotected flames, and get rid of any vapor, gas, fog, etc. that the wind would disperse. Ranged attacks on us would be attack with disadvantage. And it also kind of deafens everything in this area, so I guess we won't be able to hear anything. Do you think that's useful? I don't know. Guacamole's like explaining this. He's like, so I can make wind blow around us.
Yeah.
I
Akari,
can
sir.
deafen us hell.
And any other creature. But if they attack from afar, it'll be a little difficult. I just love you, that's all.
Who are you talking to?
All of you.
Oh, you love us. That seems inappropriate
It's quick.
and unnecessary. It's really quick.
You have known us for approximately 11 minutes.
Yeah, about. Yeah.
But you're sentient life forms. That's beautiful.
No,
This
are
is
you?
not romantic.
Are you on?
Everything.
Are you on everything? What are you taking? What did you take? What's?
I don't take, I only give.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
Oh, jeez. We did not get enough gold for this.
No, this isn't. Gosh, I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, he just stops talking and like stops looking for approval. He's I cast no spells, and I keep my loving thoughts to myself.
So Ellery is going to sneak ahead. Is that the plan?
22.
Okay. Yeah, Ellery, you managed to keep pace with the marching legion, and there's just idle chatter you can kind of hear between the ranks. Looks like they're just kind of heading to just grunts grumbling about having to just march over here, and then we got to march over there, and it's just marching here and marching there and marching everywhere, and it's just it's your typical grunt soldier grumbling. But it doesn't look like they're really keeping a lookout. And, you managed to follow them pretty easily. You can see in the distance after a short time, the Bad Seed kind of off this main trail, up on this hill. And it looks like they're going to continue marching down the main trail, though.
Right. Does it look like they have any type of interesting identification or badges or I don't know, things that look expensive?
They look fairly well outfitted. I mean, even the grunts have some form of like at least like half plate, and they do have a common like badge, which is like a bloody claw clutching. It looks like some form of human or humanoid, but it's clutching it in its bloody grasp. Is the sigil on their like tabards or flags.
Do they have a uniform, or is it just like everybody's wearing whatever they want with these sigils and rank things on them?
The latter.
The latter.
They all kind of wear the same colors, which is it's the typical power colors of like black and red, but they're not. They don't have uniforms.
Gotcha. I would like to steal one.
Okay. You would like to steal one of the sigils, or like a flag or a tabard, or which one you want to go for?
Whichever one looks like it's well. Let's go with a sigil, like just the base.
Mm-hmm.
But he can get one that if I can roll something to see if it identifies a higher rank, he would do that. He's looking for like a lieutenant or a captain or.
Okay, give me a perception check as you're kind of following this like this troop of like I said, it's about 200, 250 maybe. You're not sure.
I'm going to use luck, and I'm glad I did. That is a 22.
Okay, yeah, you kind of been scouting out the rear ranks, and you see a couple of them that have just like a small tabard hanging from their belt or whatever. Like one of them is carrying like a flag in one hand, like kind of draped over his shoulder, and you see the sigil on it. And you're like, oh, that's good. But as you're maybe thinking about getting ready to move, that's when you see someone walking from the front ranks towards the back. And he's carrying like a standard, and this standard is like actually like kind of like gold trimmed, and has a few like extra adornments to it other than just the typical just the bloody fist clutching, like just ripping a person.
Yeah, but he's carrying this, like he's walking with a.
Well, I mean, he's got like a pole of some kind of metal with the standard hanging from it, draped down. Yeah.
All right, well, can I steal the standard hanging from metal? Mage hand.
It's going to be an interesting sleight of hand, but you can certainly try.
Sure, minimum 22. Oh, it's way more than that.
Ooh, I have to look this up. Hang on.
Well, I got a natural 20 for a total of 32.
Dude,
so
seriously.
Nice. I'm rolling roll 20, so you just have to trust me.
Oh, no, I trust you. Hang on, let me look this up.
Thank you, Eric Fulgaris.
26. Okay, no. So yeah, he kind of reaches the back ranks and he's grumbling, yelling at, pick up the pace, and he's just kind of yelling at them. I don't know if you speak Infernal. If you don't, he's just yelling at them in a very guttural language. But he kind of like turns, and that's when you kind of see the standard is hanging from these kind of golden hooks that look actually like fingers or like nails. And you manage to kind of like take your mage hand and slip off one hook and then the other, and the standard kind of flutters behind as he catches up to the troop walking away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ellery uses his never before revealed collapsible 6-foot rod I've had since episode fucking 1. So he produces that bad boy, blows the dust off of it, extends it, hangs the flag from it, and then uses his hat of disguise to turn into an imp. Humanoid, right? I can do that since it's my size.
Yeah, I think it's your size, or like what, 1 foot taller?
1 foot taller, yeah.
Yeah. So you just want to like turn into just kind of a standard devil or imp?
Matching the colors as close as I can get.
Yeah.
The guy had. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Okay. So y'all catch up to an imp wearing kind of half plate armor with holding a standard of a bloody fist, squeezing a person to death.
Hey, everybody.
Have you lost weight?
Ellery.
I thought we'd fit in a little bit better if I was like, I don't know. Let's go to the whorehouse.
I'm down.
Okay.
I do not know if the rest of us will fit in more, but you certainly will.
I know. I will. We can there's things that we can do. I think that we can. This is that moment in Serenity, the Firefly movie, where they decide to reaver up the actual Serenity.
Uh-huh.
So Ellery's idea is to reaver up the group, like spikes and painting all over E404, and just like turn them into like a hell forged, just kick on the heat E404, and no one's going to doubt that you're in the right place. And then with a grave domain cleric, we can probably do something evil there.
I'm
I'm
very
not real
proficient in
about
disguise,
guacamole.
kids. Come here.
There's nothing we can do for Guac.
No, Hildy, come here. Let me do your makeup. I'm very proficient in disguise, kids.
Of course you
Dark
are.
eyeliner. Very dark.
Yeah, and Ellery, like I said, there's
Contour.
detritus from thousands of wars or battles from the Blood War strewn about the plains around you, so you can find pieces of armor and whatever if you want for E. Stick puncture a hole where it's not won't cause a hole breach, but other than that, no. Sorry, I fucked up the line. I was trying to.
No, it's good. Yeah, and then Guacamole for himself pulls out a small pair of like fuzzy devil horns. That's his. It's my. It's just kind. He's kind of like Rick and Mortying it, where he puts on the antenna.
It's just
just kind of like little fake horns. It's like, all right.
Just remember to walk in the brothel real slow. If you walk in really slow, it gets their dicks hard. Anyway, sorry. Watch Rick and Morty; it's funny. So y'all, give me a disguise roll for E and for Hilda.
What is a disguise roll? Do you want like a performance or
Well, deception.
deception?
Either deception, or if you're proficient with disguise kits, then disguise kit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what I got. I'm checking to see if I have negative modifiers, which I probably do. But I'm proficient in this, which cancels my negative modifiers. I rolled a 19, so I got a 17 for Hildy.
Okay.
It's not the best job, but it's a fast job.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to use, let's say, intelligence for disguise kit, I can see that as well, because that's more of a.
That's the thing about that. I think
Or
I
is
have
it
9
worse?
intelligence, so yeah. So
God.
that's still pretty good. A 17, that's better than the
Yeah.
statistical average.
Yeah. Well,
I work with what I have. I never really paid attention in school. I'm just kind of a natural savant when it comes to these colors. Here. Don't mind my fishy touch, because it's like I'm a half aquatic elf, so it's like, yeah, there's like these
clammy.
oily, clammy hands, and then I have like stench breath.
There's so much sebum on your finger pads.
Although Guac, you are starting to feel a little dried out. I mean, this is hell. So
I waited for years for this. My swimming speed will come in handy.
go swim in that river of blood over there. Okay. And I'm sorry, Ellery, what'd you get for your deception for?
15 for
Okay.
Eve.
Yeah, I mean, E has like you put some lines and some jagged, some daggers and spikes sticking up out of their shoulders. They look thoroughly Thunderdome ready. And the brothel, the Bad Seed, stands before you, erect. Sorry.
Does it, Pruitt?
It does.
Is it?
About 3 stories, very, very angular, almost like a cathedral built out of this hillside.
So we are meant to retrieve a recipe from this place. I would imagine that somebody who is an owner of an establishment would not have this on the main floor. We would have to go to whatever safe spaces they have.
I know someone on the inside that might be able to help us.
Who?
A friend of mine that works here. She goes by the name Wanton Desires.
That is a very
It's a name Pruitt
interesting
gave me.
name.
No, it's a name Pruitt gave me. So yeah, which I think I've heard once or twice before. Yeah. I have conversations with Pruitt about this campaign, but I don't remember anything. Every now and then these things pop up. All right. Gosh, can I metagame this? No, yeah, I have a friend on the inside. She's nice. You
So
would like her, Ellery.
Okay.
So we should go in and find your friend and see if they will help us take something.
She's well, we might be able to create something of a diversion. But I just have to get in contact with her. You all might be helpful.
What does
You-
she look like?
Well, she has 2 eyes, a mouth, nose. The description was hazy.
Yeah,
I didn't get a description.
he wasn't given a description. He's
Yeah.
obviously-
I'm just. But
That
You
is
know-
a very broad categorization.
well, this is hell. Not everyone matches those descriptions, so we're just gonna have to play it by ear. I'll help locate her.
How do you know this person?
She's my aunt.
She's your aunt?
Shh.
You've never met her?
I have.
How come you don't know what she looks like?
You spent about 17 minutes with me. Do you think I have any capacity to remember how anyone looks like?
Not really.
I've tattooed my body, and I tear my leopard print vest open, revealing all these weird, like, memento-style tattoos. It's like John G., Wanton Desires, Hellish Brothels. I've been trying to piece this whole adventure together.
We'll have the same conversation in 3 minutes.
pretty much.
Yeah. So I essentially, I have short-term amnesia. I can't generate new memories.
Well, I suppose we should just start looking first.
Thank you so much, wise and musical warforged.
You're
So
welcome.
do you need a diversion?
I think what I can do is help divert for you all, and Wanton might be able to help us find where your stuff's located.
Okay. Ellery will climb up on top of E404 and
Even
plant
with the
the
spikes.
fuck yes. And plant the flag with the standard bearer human and shit kind of like off some like a little bit offside, kind of like an orc from Warcraft.
No, I'm with you.
Okay. All right, let's do this. And like the DM said, walk in real fucking slow, E404, and get their dicks hard. Let's do it.
Okay. Please understand when you ask E to walk really fucking slow.
Well, I get the next 30 seconds is a little faster. A little faster.
Yeah.
Little. Stop. Good.
Yeah. It's just like
Faster, no slower. No fast.
every time you like ask to go faster, it's like a small increment, like in whatever ease mechanism is, just like one small notch up.
But see, I can only assume because this is like Ellery's mode of travel that this is a conversation they've had probably 1,000 times. Faster,
Yeah.
faster. Great. You know?
Yeah.
So, all right.
And now they're going at a reasonably slow pace.
All right. So after some time passes, you are up at the front doors of the Bad Seed. And it's here that you can see the carving on the front doors of a very sultry woman. It looks like she's just bitten into an apple and is looking back with a look of just like, oh, you know, and just she's not liking it.
It's exactly what Hildegard looked like 200 years ago.
In fact, some people think that
Exactly.
Hildegard was the original model for the Bad Seed, but it cannot be proven. She does look rather dwarfish. Anyway, and so you are at the front doors, and as you push them open, the smells of 1,000 whorehouses cascade into Ellery's nostrils. Every experience he's ever had, it's here. You can smell smokes and powders, drugs being smoked from different rooms, the sounds of laughter and joyous, raucous play, the sounds of passion in beyond walls. But you open into a lavish and rather spacious entryway area. There's about 6 columns, 2 rows, 3 each. As you walk in, and at the other end of this entryway area, which is only about 30 feet long, is a man. Rather solid build, maybe about 6.5 feet tall. He's wearing what looks like a 3-piece business suit, and his hat that adorns his head is black and round. Welcome to the Bad Seed. I am Bainbridge, and I will be your host. What kind of pleasure are you seeking, my friends? Please, come in. And he kind of motions you in.
Parlez-vous infernal?
Yes, I speak infernal, but and he kind of like motions towards Hilda. It's like, I assumed that common would suffice.
In infernal, I respond to him though, and just let him know that I'm looking for wanton desires. They have other appetites and passions, but I know what I want.
She is good. Yes, she is. To seek her is to seek the face of God, is it not? Yes, she will be free. In moments, mere moments. Do not worry, my friend. She is rather expensive. You have coin, no?
Yeah.
All right. I like it. And he kind of turns back from Guacamole. What do you desire? We have it. Please tell me.
Our appetites come to us after we have imbibed. And once we have imbibed, then we will pick something in which to fornicate with.
Oh,
If that
would
drinks,
do you require a showing while imbibing?
yeah, all right.
Please, my friend. And he kind of holds his hand out to the impish Ellery atop riding his Warforged mount, and he like holds his hand out almost just like to guide you in. Please, my friend.
Before, take Bainbridge's hand and show him the power of devilish machines. Now just take his hand, please.
Good you clarified. He's just gonna take his hand. It's probably still uncomfortable because a giant robot hand.
And yes, you and he lightly takes your hand and just kind of guides you through the double doors.
I'm eternally jealous.
And you enter into a lavish bar, and there are women and men on display here from, you would guess, most species that you have ever seen, and some you haven't. Various colors, sizes, number of appendages. This place is a place that caters to any and every preference, delicacy, and proclivity. And as you just see the bar area itself, not even the brothel in full service, you know this. There are a set of couches that you walk by, each, again, women, men, conversing, some in the act of love itself, which Bainbridge, he kind of snaps at. Please. What am I running here? Is it frat house? Sorry, I apologize. We like to keep, the private matters private, if you know what I'm saying. Please, come here. What is your drink, my friend? What do you drink?
Give me the good stuff.
Oh, my friend. I can tell you. And Ellery, give me an insight check.
Sure. Please tell me this is one of my. It's not. Strong 10.
A strong 10. I mean, yeah.
Tell me everything.
Yeah, he's just being very friendly to you, Ellery. Like it looks like he's while he showed acknowledgement to everyone else, he is showing deference to you. And as he calls over the tabaxi bartender, who is scantily clad in a very delicately knit yarn bikini, and he calls for, please give my friend the good stuff, and he kind of winks, and she like turns and pours a drink that Ellery, you see a plume of fire and smoke kind of come up out of the glass, and as she turns back, it is still kind of smoking, kind of a black ashy smoke, as she like slides two of them across the bar, and Bainbridge pulls up his and is like, my friend, here is to a night to remember. Trust me, I will find what you need, and I will fulfill that need. It is my calling. Down the hatch! And he like throws it down.
Mazel tov.
Do you drink the drink?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna need a con save.
Here's where that 8 Constitution comes in.
And we have reached the title of the episode.
Yes.
Roll a con save.
Okay, so that'll be a 6.
It'll be a 6.
6.
Okay. Ellery, you are hit with it feels like Ellery has probably fought like an alley cat before, right? At some point, I don't know why, but it just seems to me that you would have fought something that is annoying, scratchy, wily. Well, that is in your stomach right now. As it feels like something is trying to claw its way out of your stomach through the front of your body, as this concoction, whatever it is, of hellish make, hits your stomach. And Ellery, you begin retching, and you're sickened for a minute as you're standing on top or sitting atop E404, and now you are sick.
Just like I remembered it. This is fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted.
Are you all right, Ellery?
I'm fine.
Hilda gets a bucket from somewhere. Need a bucket. It's been a long time since we needed the bucket.
It has been some time.
Oh my, please! And you see Bainbridge. He scrambles off. He's like, please, I will take care of. I apologize. I should not have done that. Of course.
He's a cheap date, my Bainbridge.
Well, he asked for the good stuff. I provide what a patron asks. I should have shown better restraint. Restraint is what I was trying to say. Sometimes the accent gets... And he leaves.
I was going to say, as soon as the minute's up, he's just going to cast prestidigitation and clean everything up, including himself.
Okay.
I'm fine. Give me another.
Yeah, so Bainbridge is gone for a couple of minutes. So Ellery, you kind of finish retching and you clean yourself up, and he comes back. And it looks like he has a couple of little servers with rags and buckets, and he's yelling at them infernal to clean up, and they're and looking around and it looks like he's clean it up, and they're looking very confused because there's nothing to clean up. So he berates them and kicks them back in behind the bar. So I apologize. What brings you to my establishment this evening? What is your desire?
I'm still sick and can't talk.
We had heard of rumors of a certain intoxicant that you have at this place only.
Oh, rumors of intoxicants. Well, as you see, your friend, he could not handle some of the best, so I'm wondering what manner of intoxicant are you searching for? What can I provide?
I think we have to remember that E does not get intoxicating yourself with drugs or alcohol. So it's just well, I have heard that whatever this intoxicant is, it makes biological creatures feel pure ecstasy.
Oh, you're speaking of ecstasy, no?
I do not know if that is the name of it.
Well, that would be an easy fix, would it not? This is interesting query. Well, I provide various smokables, snortables, chewables, injectables, inhalables, even some other methods of introduction to the body. But I need to know what you want, if that is what you want.
Something that would work for such a being like myself.
Are you saying you want something that will affect your circuitry, your logistical programming? Is this what you want?
I suppose I would like to know what is possible.
My friend, anything is possible.
Oh
And you
boy.
see him reach into his coat, and he pulls out a small strip of metal, and you see little lines kind of dotting one half of it. Trust me, my friend. You plug this into your logic board, and you will know what ecstasy, what happiness, what joy, love, truly is all about.
E wasn't actually expecting that there were drugs created for Warforged, but here we are.
And he's holding up this. I mean, it's a microchip. It's Looks like it looks like a stick of like a 2 gig stick of RAM is what he's holding. Which is appropriate for brothel. Sorry.
Yep, sorry.
Is this what you're looking for, my friend?
I suppose so.
Ah. So now we discuss price. And you see him kind of slip it back into his pocket.
Yeah, okay.
So I know what this one wants, but you... And he motions to Ellery, the imp, with the banner. My friend, you have not spoken. Are you feeling better?
I'm right as the rain.
And he kind of like cocks his head at that expression, like
Pay no attention to my inability to move.
well,
Very limber.
it is all right, my friend. My girls, they will work out any kinks, or they will work through any kinks that you might bring with you. You know what I'm saying, huh?
All right.
I'll you a little bit.
I'm here for a little. I feel like Jack Burton when he goes in. What was the name? A girl with green eyes. Chinese girls do not have green eyes, Mr. Burton. I'm here to achieve the cum of the cosmos. Winky, winky, winky.
Oh. There are not many who know about these. Where did you hear about this, my friend? I must know. And he kind of winks back. His kind of broad face, smiling a bit.
I heard about it from some 2 old fuckers in my company were talking about it, whispering it in between moans of passion. They talked about the cum of the cosmos, and the only place to get it was the bad seed. And if you could ever have a chance, that's where you go to get it. So here I am.
Here you are, my friend. Now, what I must know, would you like to have this alone, or are you wanting some companionship, if you know what I'm saying?
I brought all of my friends here to circle up and get some of the cum of the cosmos together.
Okay. And he kind of leans in. You are wanting from of the cosmos, no? I would assume. We're just being a little risque. Eh?
I was speaking in code. Yes.
Well, I mean, we are a legitimate business. There is no need for code, but I appreciate the underworldness of it, considering location. I agree. So, Storm of the Cosmos for you. You want this right here? And he kind of points to E404 and pulls out the little stick of
I have a question. Oh, sorry. You go ahead. I'm interrupting everybody.
Okay. I suppose it depends on price.
Well, my friend, all prices are negotiable. What do you have to spend?
See, I don't know how much the group has to spend because for the longest time we forgot that E was holding all their goddamn money in a bag of holding inside of them.
The last time I remembered, it was like 7,500 gold.
Yeah, y'all still had north of 7,000 gold. Like, you have a lot of money just in you right now.
Yeah. Just casually inside. Nobody looks in the compartment. Why would you?
Let's do it.
I have a question.
Please, I have an answer.
Well, given where we are, I'm curious.
Yes.
Are there any physical or de facto contracts that we are getting ourselves into by being here, consenting to anything, or purchasing anything from you.
I completely understand. Those in this area tend to like to hide the fine print, as you say.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the standing here. We are an upfront brothel. We provide pleasure and entertainment. You provide monetary compensation, and we both go our separate ways. Now, in the throes of passion, if you make a deal with one of the girls, I cannot do this. That is between you two. But
Then can I ask you another question?
yes,
Why are you here? Why did you pick here to be a place that you would do this?
this is how
Seems
you
like
say.
the abyss might make more sense.
Having a nice structured contract is good for this line of work. The girls know what, and boys, by the way, I service both in any and all proclivities, preferences, and desires. But I like to have our boundaries in place. And I mean, like, this guy, like, he's humanoid. Like, you're not sure if he's full human.
Mm-hmm.
He's about 6.5, kind of a grayish hue to his skin. But, I mean, he's, he looks mostly human. Maybe Goliath, you're not really sure. But
Okay.
But yes, if I was in the abyss, they would have eaten me by now.
That's probably fair. Well,
but as you have stated, you do not seem, except for, and he points to Guacamole, except for this one, you do not seem to be seeking the company of one of our ladies, which are very fine, I might add.
She's
As a
welcome
last
to join me.
Jeffrey. Yes, Wanton desires. I will have her here. I believe she is almost ready for you, my friend.
Brilliant.
And he leads you into a room with satin and silk couches and pillows, just silken curtains dangling from the ceiling, a fresh, easy breeze kind of wafting through the room itself. It's just comfortable. Much different than the entryway, and of course, much different than outside. The temperature in here is obviously some sort of magically controlled. But he leads you to a room and says, I will bring that which you have asked momentarily. Please, converse. I will rejoin you in the moment.
Does he leave?
Yeah, the DM is about to leave for a quick bio.
Okay.
Okay, so this motherfucker's gonna attack us as soon as he comes back. So
I do not think that is what is going to happen.
he
will
gave
have
me
to
that. Damn it, he gave me the wink. He's coming for us.
he seems like the kind of guy who winks a lot. He might overwink. It might mean
He's
less than think.
My aunt
Repeat.
always spoke very highly of him.
Chronic overwinker.
I think we should split the party. I think we should all run to the 4 points of the compass, look for that piece of paper, and fight our way out of here. Just fuck up Pruitt's entire story.
Yeah, you'd better know it.
But think of Guacamole.
Don't worry
I
about
am.
me.
I want to see him alone, terrified and fighting.
With nothing. He is the worst at fighting. He is the worst at everything. And I'm just kind of like, yes. Well, you could use intelligence. Okay. Same result.
Can you post his character sheet?
I sent it around.
You did.
Yeah, I posted it in chat.
To find it. Get.
And share him again.
But yes, I don't think he likes that we're looking for this. And I'm also insulted that he hasn't asked me if I wanted to get my jam on with any gnomes. I'm a little hurt.
They don't exist.
As if what don't exist?
Nothing.
Gnomes?
Hilda, give me an insight check.
$29.
I mean, you did realize, like, only when forced to acknowledge your existence to prove a point or make a comparison, he didn't really acknowledge your existence. He mostly talked, like, you notice he was showing, like, he was doing everything he could to try to make Ellery as comfortable as possible, and also showed much respect to E, but you think maybe because he saw E as Ellery's mount, and therefore... but he was showing much. I mean, he was like falling over himself to try to make Ellery happy.
Clearly, he doesn't think that elderly women can be awakened to sexual pleasure.
But I'm going to see my aunt.
I mean, either that or he was showing deference to the devil with the sigil of the local militia, and you're a dwarf in hell.
There's a 17 on my disguise check, which all you said was you gave me eyeliner and eyeshadow.
Well, I mean, you look like a death cleric of like a goth metal death cleric of whatever, but you're still a dwarf that's a death cleric. So.
You look like the drummer from Kiss. This is great. Yeah.
I was thinking she's like a dwarven cleric version of Winona Ryder in like the early 90s. Like it's
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Just like a button-down shirt dress instead of over her arm.
That's too adorable. I'm thinking like Road Warrior Hawk or something. Road Warrior Animal, Mohawk, spider tattoo.
Oh, now I'm just thinking about Winona Ryder. And you're okay.
Oh yeah,
it's dangerous.
Oh. So it's then that Winona Ryder walks in.
Batshit crazy as always.
I don't judge.
Poor thing. I know, not at all. I just remember her on the stage, that name with her. And I thought to myself, I'd be doing the exact same thing. Like, where the fuck am I? Where have I been for 15 years? All right, go ahead.
All right.
We're back.
So after some time, we are left alone in this little private room. The proprietor, Bainbridge, he returns. And behind him is a couple of little like flying imps pushing in these metal carts. And on the carts themselves are various substances. You see powders and like these intricately glass blown and created pipes. As you can see, and then the third cart pulls up, and there's just like a silver plate with a microchip on it. And it kind of pulls up in front of E. As you can see, I have provided that which you have requested up until this point. If there is nothing else, I have other guests to see to, but I can provide any service again. And he kind of like waits.
Thank you, my Bainbridge. You have been adequate in your above average professionalism.
That is always the goal, my friend. Thank you. Please enjoy traversing the cosmos. I will return. And he slowly kind of backs out of the room. And you're left alone with 3 carts full of drugs.
Okay, we're going to be pressed for time here. We got to get super high and then finish our mission.
I do not know if that is wise.
I tell you what is wise. Open up that piggy bank, E. We're taking all these drugs with us. Please.
All of them.
Every single snort. Let's do it.
I'm actually not sure I have an ideological reason to oppose that.
You'll never know when we have to tame a crew again using nothing but narcotics.
It's true. I don't want to have to perform any more rectal checks.
Well, yep. I mean,
might be useful.
Let's load up these drugs, and then we gotta find Wanton Desire, find out where Bainbridge's secret sanctimonium is, and then we steal the piece of fucking paper. Okay, let's do it. And break.
All right. Wanton. I have a little bell. Ding, ling, ling.
And you ring your little bell that was brought to you. And across the room, some heavy curtains are drawn apart. And a woman steps through, backlit. So she's only silhouette at first until the light drops. And you see her silver hair draped about her shoulders, running down almost to her waist, her gown of silver, almost the same color, as if her hair and dress can't be parted in distinction. And she steps through these curtains and out and looks upon you, who is currently ringing the bell. And she looks and says, "Would you like to come with me, please?"
Absolutely.
And then throws a wink.
I love monochromatic color theory. And as I'm like undressing, taking off my leopard print vest and my alligator pants and wearing nothing but my hamster thong, I make my way forward.
And she takes you by the hand and begins to head back behind the curtain, leaving the group behind.
Take care of my things. They're few. Disposable.
And yeah, Guacamole leaves the room with wanton desire, and y'all are again just the party.
Okay, I assume there was a point where they were just putting drugs into E's bag of holding within their chest.
That's up to you.
I mean, they're not going to stop their friends.
This might be a time to have a conversation about consent.
Yeah.
And,
It's just like, okay.
I said please.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, the bag of holding does belong to all of them, technically. They're just holding on to it, so.
Okay. So Ellery wants to store drugs in the bag of holding.
Yes.
Okay, you hear various syringes and glass pipes and things clang down on 7,000 gold.
Just be like, I do not think that will be very safe. It feels like they will crack, or they will become shards, or the needles of the syringes will stab into you if you attempt to put your hand back to retrieve them.
Fuck. He's going to wrap. This was explained as being like a plush place. He's going to take napkins like he's working at fucking Kirkland's and wipe and wrap up all of the like the glass shards and shit, like he's working at Barbara's Hallmark to make sure that all the little figurines are wrapped up, and he pulls out fucking packing tape and fuck, that hurt. Okay. And then he's gonna put it in the bag of holding.
Okay, so after carefully wrapping and packing the drugs.
Hilda's gonna take some before that happens.
Okay, what exactly do you take?
Well, she used to work the festival circuit. Did she ever tell you guys that? That's as a young college lass, she worked the festival circuit, so she did a lot of stuff, and she wants to have something that looks somewhat familiar to that, but I imagine she has no idea what the fuck's going on.
Okay, do you want to pick one, or you want me to roll a d6? There are many drugs that were brought to you.
Can I roll the d6?
Roll a d6. Let me know what you get.
I got a 6.
Okay. Give me a Constitution save.
Is it a poison, Pruitt?
I mean, all drugs are technically poison in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it is.
Okay.
Did you take the Motley Crue feat?
Get you automatic advantage on any save versus drug.
It's an automatic success.
It's automatic success. Yeah, sorry, you're right.
Yep.
It's also known as the Keith Richards feat.
I got a 15 for
A
that.
15? Okay. Yeah. So quick Requiem for a Dream sequence, right? As you take this stuff and kind of inhale it, whatever, and your eyes like dilate. And Hilda,
The refrigerator.
you, this must be what heaven is like. Every sensation is like the first time you've ever sensed anything. Every centimeter of your body is open and receiving signal. Every sound is melodious and beautiful. Pretty much, you are in a euphoria that is hard to see through. But you still that you're in a room and you just took something. It's not, you haven't lost yourself to it, but yeah, you are euphoric. And so for the next short time, you are going to be at disadvantage to engage in any kind of like angry or violent behavior, because you are literally like, you're living your best life right now, Hilda.
Awesome.
You might as well be like showered in naked gnomish men.
It doesn't matter if they're men or women
or women. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
binary
Right.
or anything. As long as they're gnomes, it works for
Yeah.
Hilda.
I mean, you could have asked.
I didn't.
You didn't.
I got snubbed. It's like you're at Chili's and they ask everybody for their drink except for you. Then you're like, fine, I'll have water.
He did ask everyone. He said, "Does anybody need anything before I leave?" And
She's very used to being a commodore.
yes, she is.
Her feelings. But now she's all fine. She's gonna tell Ellery, this is great. The way I see it, this is your favor to cash in on, so you're in charge. So I get to pretty much do whatever the fuck I want. It's like I'm you in this time. This must be what it's like for you every time.
Yeah, and
We should have brought Hamilton too here. He would have loved this.
I hate this place.
that happened much quicker than I hope it would.
Listen,
So
we gotta rely on what's his name to find out the information that we need. The drugs
So-
are secured.
So as the drugs have been secured, we cut into the room. Guacamole, you are led in by wanton desire. Her touch is electric. It is the warmth of the first rays of the first sunrise of spring. It is, looking upon her is like seeing beauty for the first time. And she turns to you, wanton desire. What is it that you desire? And I'm gonna need guacamole.
Mhm.
You're gonna need. Can I get a charisma save from you? Or excuse me, a wisdom save.
Wisdom save is probably going to go a little better than the other one. Now, okay. 19 plus 1 is a dirty 20.
Okay. Yes.
And if someone's attempting to charm me or something like that, I do get advantage as well.
Okay. You can tell she is trying to use her vast wiles on you. As
She
asks,
doesn't have to.
What? Oh, but I do.
I'm a little
Please.
shy and I'm nervous other people will hear. Can I make it a little
No.
quieter in here?
There's no one else here. There's just us. You can be as quiet or as loud as you want.
Okay, good. I'm casting silence in the room.
Okay.
I look to the side. Are there any exits other than the one behind me?
No. There's
Alright.
just, it appears to you that there's just the exit you came in.
All right. So
You enter the room in.
it is perfectly quiet.
Yep.
I enjoy the silence.
It's almost too quiet.
Yes. Is there a bed in this room?
Yes, you're currently being ushered towards it.
I'm motioning for the bed.
And she leads you over
Okay.
and drapes herself on the bed,
Okay, cool.
hand sliding down to her skirts.
Okay. I'm going to brush my hand to her hair, and then I'm casting Thunder Wave, which will make no sound because we are in silence.
Okay. So you cast Thunder Wave.
At second level, yes.
All right. What's the save DC?
8.
And what kind of save is that?
It's con.
Wow, you're so fucking lucky. Okay.
She
goes.
23
Yeah, she
points
goes
of damage.
flying across the room.
I've got a hand on her.
Oh, okay. How much damage again?
23 points.
Okay.
And I think there's another one where that's coming from. Now she's... I might need to get that cleric to spare the dying here in a second.
Okay, so you do this, and let's go ahead and get an initiative, as she would have flown across the room, but you caught her by the hem of her dress.
Yeah.
So give me an initiative.
I got a 16.
Okay, you go first.
All right.
And but you do see her beautiful visage slip just a bit and become a bit more severe, a bit longer in the angles of her nose and her sharp chin. And you see the shadows of wings come up out of the dress. The edges of her wings are still in silver, and her eyes glow a bit in silver, and she like starts to hiss, but you hear none of this because you're still surrounded in silence.
Yeah. So
and you go first.
Okay. Yeah. This is where she gets no save, and I cast heroism on her, and she loses 2 hit points because of my negative. Sorry. No, it was just like, and if that would have been enough to take someone out, it would have been like, yes, I won D&D, and they said there were no winners in this game. No. So, yeah, I think we're going with another Thunder Wave. That'll be my last second level spell slot. She's got to make a con save 8. I'm hoping I get her beat to the point where she wants to deal with me.
And that does do thunder damage, right?
Let me double check. It is.
I just want to make sure because it's important.
It says thunder.
I'm almost positive.
Thunder damage.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the title. Okay. Are you still hanging on to her?
Darn right I am.
Okay. I tell you what. Go ahead and give me a strength check, or if you have athletics, you can add that to it because this is the second time you've kind of done this thing to push her and keep her in place.
Yeah. So.
I just want to.
4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just to make sure you do hang on to her.
I rolled a 4.
Yeah, she goes flying out of your grip and goes slamming against the wall. So how much damage did that do?
7 plus 3 plus 3, so 13.
13 plus she did go 13. I'm going to add a little bit for flying across the room and slamming into the wall. Okay. All right. So she slams against the wall, and then like her head drops, and as it looks up, you see her teeth are like these sharp razor. It's just it's a slaughterhouse in there in her mouth as she kind of bares her fangs and like lets out this screech that is swallowed by your magic, and she leaps at you and slashes with her claws.
Well, I'm naked, so I have an armor class of 10.
Okay, yeah. So she slashes at you with her claws. You take 10 damage total. And it looks like she is mouthing something to to you, but you can't make it out unless you have the observant feat.
No.
Okay. Well, she is mouthing something. You would assume it's some kind of curse, as she looks like she's raring to like slash at you again. It is your turn.
I made my concentration save to keep
Okay.
silence up. I'm going to Thunder Wave again, because this random character doesn't have a lot of options, but I got a lot of spell slots. And so she'll need to make another con save. How'd she do?
My 3 con saves I've rolled for her. I rolled a 1, a 4, and I just rolled a 6. So that is, she failed a third.
I rolled crazy 8, so that's 16 points.
And so, hang on. Let me roll.
Yeah, and if she's
So-
probably resistant because it's like you mentioned, there's electricity. Maybe she's got some good stuff, but it's one of those things. I'm hoping she
Well,
starts
no.
like bartering. Yeah.
No. This is. I mean, it does thunder damage, and so
Okay.
by the rules, she is not resistant to thunder damage at all.
Well,
And she goes slamming back against the wall again, and you see her head crack against it, and you see a odd colored blood kind of smear as she kind of slides down, and she like looks up, blood's trickling from her lips, her wings are kind of limp, and she kind of, you see her just kind of holding a hand up.
all right. Whenever
And
it's
just-
my turn, yeah, I'm gonna like
And
bat the eyes at her and give her a healing word.
and okay, so you give her a healing word, and she kind of looks at you suspiciously.
Yeah.
If your silence is still up, she's just kind of sitting there, like kind of nursing her
Yeah, I
wounds.
guess we can't cast healing word if there's silence, but yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I kind of like the effect though. She gets the idea. I'll drop the silence. Give her the healing word.
Why have you done this?
Well, that man said. What did he tell you we were supposed to do?
Pleasure you.
That
Said
you
that
have.
you were a friend.
I am. I have need of a necklace. That's all.
Necklace, you say? What necklace?
So I scroll up to the top. It is a necklace that is desired by one Akari Siriaki. Yep. And
And at the mention of that name, you see her eyes go a little wide, and then you see something akin to like remembering a fond memory that then turns sour. Ah,
yeah, I feel the same way.
he has sent his
Page boy.
his minions, his stooges.
Well, stooges normally don't do that kind of stuff. If there's no necklace, I'm extremely sorry.
There is. I just never expected him to send a brute.
Well, what would you like me to do to him for payback? On the house. And I wink and give her another healing word.
Well, and at this, she's like you can tell she's genuinely like kind of off balance. Well, he does love his collection. I would see it unmade. I would see all the beauty that he holds taken from him as he seeks to take beauty from me.
I will see that it's done. But I need the necklace. And I'm sincere when I say this.
Would you like to strike a deal then?
100%. But I am
I
saving
give-
myself till marriage.
Oh, well. Any extracurriculars are optional, so. But yes, and she kind of like reaches her hand out, and from an end table, a drawer opens, and a beautiful diamond and ruby necklace kind of floats out. It's quite ostentatious, and you would have to be very sure of yourself to wear something as gaudy as this, but it is right up Akari Saraki's alley. And it floats over to her and never quite touches her hand. But then she presents it to Guacamole. I don't want him harmed necessarily. Physically. His art, though. His passions. That I want unmade. And this is yours.
The collection shall burn like these very hells we converse in.
And she releases her hand and the necklace floats and alights in yours.
Brilliant. Well, it's been a wonderful time, and I do apologize for blowing the shit out of your room, but one for the road, and I give her one last healing word. And with that...
Oh, by all means. The pleasure was mine. And she kind of drapes herself on the bed.
I'm getting the heck out of there. Ah, jeez. Random characters, what do you do?
And party after maybe like 2.5 minutes.
All I had in me.
Yeah.
I got
Your
nervous.
compatriot rejoins you. A little disheveled, but no worse for wear.
Yeah, I come back in, I start pulling my pants up and, put the vest back on.
Hilda hugs him.
I don't know. Careful. You're strong.
You seemed like you needed to pick me up after that sorry performance.
What do you mean? You were watching? No! No!
Hilda just laughs like I am.
I let her lead. I go back to playing my Mind Flayer flute. See myself out.
So,
She didn't tell me. She doesn't know where it is. But at least I didn't take very long.
I suppose we should look then.
Maybe we can ask them for more drugs and then follow them back when they go to get more drugs.
So when I made my random character, Pruitt gave me a random adventure hook. That was it. No. I had no idea how I was going to pull that off.
nice.
So wait a minute. You were gone for 2.5 whole minutes, and you didn't find out where the recipe sheet is.
She didn't know. She says it moves.
It moves?
Code changes. Ocean's 11.
Insight check.
Using ability scores on PCs, eh? With my negative deception. I got a 5 to deceive you. I think your passive insight beats that.
I rolled a 15.
All right.
Actually, yeah. 15.
I'm what they call a liar. It's a personal problem.
Fuck.
He was, in fact, lying.
And
Start doing Ron Howard drop-ins.
And that motherfucker was in fact lying.
Yeah.
I was sent here by the emo genie himself.
Emo
To
genie, he says.
to retrieve. Akari Saraki sent me here to get an item. I'm pretty beat up too. Like, I'm missing half my hit points. Eye hanging from its socket.
Yeah. He does look a little ass kicked.
All right, I don't know. You want to just burn this motherfucker to the ground?
I do not think it is wise to piss off yet another large entity with quite an enterprise that would likely hold a grudge.
All right, I'm open to suggestions. DeCool's not here. The only person that could conceivably help me in this drug-addled place. But what are we going to do?
We can walk and look. I suppose we could come up with an excuse if they found us in a place we should not be.
Use me like a battering ram to open every door. Lay down.
So I have noted that when people get intoxicated, they tend to wander off on their own to places they should not be.
Hilda starts wandering.
Let's wander to the third floor or the highest point. Fuck it.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
get super high.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Hilda, you have now reached a level of nirvana heretofore unexperienced. You're pretty sure, even as a forge cleric, you have never felt such bursts of creativity, of positivity, of various just life itself.
As I do all this, I'm going to do my best to do the forge cleric thing I used to do, where I can make a tiny object out of nothing. And just see if I can do it. And if I do, it's going to be a tiny figurine of Guacamole.
Okay.
My new friend. I feel like a young girl of 140.
Give me a wisdom check. If you have proficiency in well, you still have proficiency in like smithing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So wisdom based smithing check, as you're just kind of using your inherent clerical connection.
24.
You managed to channel something, maybe because it is long dead within you, and you managed to bring it back. But you form a perfect 1/24th scale replica of Guacamole, replete with bruising and bleeding.
Showing us all of his tattoos.
It's all of his tattoos are there. His vest is ripped off. He perfectly reflects the Guacamole you see standing before you. Bloody eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you. That was worthwhile and moved the plot forward.
It most certainly did. So y'all begin wondering. Do you head towards, or do you head out back into the lobby, the door you came in? There's a service entrance that Bainbridge, sorry, too many NPCs, left through, and then there is the curtained area that Guacamole left with Wanton Desire and then returned through. Which way do you go wandering? Those seem to be the three exits that you see in this room.
Well, we know where the one with Wanton Desire goes. It goes into a room without any exits, correct? Wasn't that what... I don't know that, but the narrative that you described said that it only had the one way in and out, right?
It leads to a series of rooms, but he would explain to you like there's a hallway that leads to certain rooms.
Okay, well, that's probably like the... Let's see if we can find stairs up. We need to go up. Because this looked like 3 stories, correct?
From the
that what you-
outside, it looked like a 3-story structure. Yes.
That's the only thing he can think of. So Ellery's going to try to scoot on ahead and be stealthy and look for. Can I just scout and see if I can find the stairs without everybody else having to like clomp around? It's not that big a place, right?
I mean, it certainly inside certainly seems bigger than the outside would incline, but it's not like this isn't TARDIS level. It's more just subtle magics where rooms appear twice as large as maybe they really are, that kind of thing. So yeah, you can definitely scout ahead. So back to kind of the entryway, back to the pleasure rooms or the service entrance. Which one are you scouting?
Let's try service.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a stealth and give me a perception as Ellery goes a scouting.
Let's see. Perception is, you think I'd know this by now, 21, and stealth is 22.
Okay, so Ellery kind of slinks out of the room they are in and disappears, for lack of a better term. Ellery, you sneak into the service entrance, and this is a kind of a narrow, you can tell like this isn't meant for patrons. This is functional. There's no adornment here for beauty or aesthetics at all, but it's not like dirty or anything. It's simple stone carvings, or floor, walls, ceiling. And it kind of leads down. There are a couple of as you walk by, you can tell there are what would be like peepholes to kind of look in on different rooms as you walk along. And you can kind of, in the distance, you can hear what maybe sounds like maybe like the kitchen. But you're kind of at a T intersection. And down the T, you think you see stairs kind of at the end of the hallway.
Okay. He'd go back and inform everyone. I know where the stairs are. Let's head upstairs. Let's go with the servants. I saw imps that are getting kicked around, so they're probably used to that. If we run into them, we can probably intimidate them.
Okay. So everybody heads into the service entrance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you get back to the T intersection. You don't see anybody. Take the T intersection down just 30, 50 feet or so. And you definitely see stairs going up. And also it T's again at this. So it would be like a four-way intersection where it's a T intersection and then stairs going up, basically. So would y'all like to take the stairs or check out one of the T's?
Guess just go up.
Okay. Y'all begin heading upstairs. It's just a switchback, probably about 15, 20 steps. You're not sure. It's one of those things where as you're walking it seems a little longer than you should be walking to get to the top, but you do get there. And you get to the second floor. And on the second floor, everybody give me a will save.
You're welcome, everyone.
Wisdom save?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I said will. God,
3rd edition.
I play too much 3rd edition.
I got
leaks.
5.
You got a 5?
Yeah.
I got a 12.
12? Okay.
Now, if
8.
it's a charm effect, I'd get advantage, but
It's not.
okay.
Is it fear-based?
Yes, it is. It is a fear-based effect.
I get advantage on that.
Okay. Sorry, I should have specified.
Hell yeah. 16.
16? Okay, you're fine. E?
5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay, so
We're made for each other.
you reach the second floor, and it's not like any kind of magical effect that you've ever felt, but as you get to this floor, and you can tell that the stairs continue on up another floor, and you're kind of at as you reach this floor, a T intersection. You can go hallway left or right or straight ahead. But the thing is, you hear and feel in this level is pain and fear and the sounds of just excruciating, exquisite agony. This is another level to the brothel. This isn't mere pleasure. This is getting into an area that is beyond the normal mortal expectancy, and you can just feel that. And so anybody who didn't get at least a 12, you are really averse to going any further into this area. Like, this just is wrong. And so for E, it could be just, it is so far beyond the pleasures, pain of the flesh. You're just like, no thanks. For guacamole, you could have already reached your limit today. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
you two do not want to progress into this level any further.
Let's stay together.
Okay, Commodore, would you like to go in with me?
Sure.
All right. From out of right beside the 6-foot collapsible rod in his place in his pack, he produces 2 ball gags and hands one to Hilda.
Is
Here you go.
Is this necessary? What is this?
Yeah.
What's the function of this?
I mean, this is. I mean, when in Rome, or hell, or
Why do you have these all the time, and why do you have 2? Do you have more? How many? The mind boggles.
The more, the merrier.
let's gag it up. Come on.
How about if just you're gagged?
It doesn't work that way. You gotta have your back. That's a lot. I know. Oh, fuck my back.
Oh no!
Greg, no!
Let's do this.
It's gonna hurt you so much. I'll just put the finger.
Right on the show.
Okay.
She's pretty sure you're Ellery. Let's do it.
I just want to make sure. Ellery and Hilda are progressing into the 2nd floor and not going up to the 3rd. We're correct?
Yeah, are there ways to? We could just go up the stairs, right?
Oh, I thought that the stairs.
No. That's what I wanted to make sure. I wanted to reintroduce that description that the stairs do continue up another level, but this level is here to explore if you would like. It's just 2 of your party members are very averse to moving any further into this.
Are they okay with going upstairs?
Yeah, they just don't want to go any closer into this. Whatever is there, the miasma of hellish passions that is being whipped into a frenzy, probably literally and figuratively. It's just too much. It's the kind of thing that, like E404 is blushing somehow. Like they're like literally their cheeks are turning like kind of a bright red.
And that's through all the Reaver makeup.
Yeah, through the Reaver makeup. Yes.
Commodore, go ahead and take off your gag ball. We don't have to go in here.
I'm keeping it. I'm confiscating this, Ellery.
Oh, I know I had 2. One of them was an anal bead. I forget which one now.
If you can mistake a ball gag for an anal bead.
Some anal bead. That's what you gotta work your way up to that. I'm impressed.
That's an impressive gauge.
I haven't seen that since my days on the festival circuit.
Oh, my back. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's do that.
We lost Pruitt.
What the hell is going on?
You had it too.
Anyway.
Let's go upstairs.
All right. Yeah, y'all give me a stealth check. Unless you're not being stealthy.
No, fuck yeah, these does. Oh, it's a natural 20. That's a natural fucking 20. I'll see you in invisibility.
14 for me.
Okay. Yeah, y'all are making your way back up the stairs. Hilda, you kind of catch the glimpse of maybe a bearded devil come out with things caught in his beard. You're not sure what it is, and he kind of like looks over as you move out of range, and he goes back to whatever the fuck he was doing, or who. And you make it to the third floor. The third floor itself, you hear the lapping of, is that water? Is the pool on the third floor? You're not really sure, but y'all do smell a heavy iron smell in the air as you reach the third floor. How are you approaching this?
Ellery's first, right?
Mm-hmm. I just want to know, are you sneaking or are you just walking up?
We're sneaky.
Okay.
Trying to be sneaky.
You're being sneaky. Yeah, you're maintaining your, we'll just use your last one which was a natural 20. So yeah, or you kind of like slink up into this room and this would be like a bathhouse, but you basically see 4 large baths, 2 on each side, along like a wide, probably about 20 feet wide walkway in between. And there are walkways outside the baths as well. But in the baths themselves, it's just blood. You're pretty sure you see a couple of pit fiends, various other fiends of the various levels of hell, bathing, just luxuriating, a couple of just casual conversations taking place. All told, there's at least 7 or 8 entities here. And on the opposite side of this room, you pretty sure you see a series of doors, maybe offices.
That's where we need to go. I just saw that, Grant.
Which? Oh, look.
I believe I can fly in this room.
The world's greatest.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's go.
Are you? He's just gonna. Are you not alarmed by the very large amount of blood that must have come from some biological being at some point?
Out of all the bodily fluids, it could be I'm the happiest that it's blood.
That's the quote of the night, everybody. That's a quote of the fucking night.
Wow.
That's the quote of the fucking night. Just in the scream. Grant, take us out right there. That's it.
Fucking wow.
Kiss the day goodbye.
Take us out. It's never going to get any better than that line.
But yeah, y'all all come up into a room, a bathhouse. It's opulent. It's not brightly lit, but extensively lit. A soft red glow. There aren't many shadows here, but like I described earlier, there are 4 large pools. That's 7 or 8 entities, a couple of pit fiends, a couple of, you're not sure what else. But they all seem to be luxuriating, lounging, lazily conversing.
I guess we head towards those doors.
Okay. So y'all just begin walking between the pools of blood with the pit fiends in them and towards the doors. Okay.
Just gonna
Like
act
it was
like we're
nothing.
supposed to be there.
Acting like you're supposed to be there. All right.
Let me ask a question. If I can
Go.
make myself a foot taller,
Uh-huh.
and I'm an imp at this, what I would like to do is I would like Ellery to continue, obviously, to have the standard, and then he is going to appear to be a naked imp with like a 2-foot long penis that just drags as he's walking. Like he's skipping over it when he takes like sharp turns.
Circumcised or not, it matters
He's
here.
gotta move it around like a vacuum cleaner cord.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's harder than you might think. Ironically,
he can.
Lost key.
I mean, he needs to walk with purpose and not be. And there's two things that you do when you see an imp with a 2-foot penis walking with determination. You do not stop them. 2, if you see someone running down the street cock flapping, don't ask questions. You run with that person because there's some scary shit coming the other way. So those are the 2 rules.
Okay, give me as Ellery in his naked imp form, and give me a deception check or intimidation, whichever you prefer, whatever you're trying to portray here.
Okay, let's get a roll here. That's a natural 1, but I'm a halfling. It's a natural 20. That's a 20, a 1, and a 20 with my rolls. Yeah, we're doing intimidation. Fucking straight up, just walking through there. Yes, thank you, Eric.
So, Ellery, in his 4.5 foot tall imp form, thereabouts, about 4.5 feet tall, half of that dangling behind him as he walks stridently, and you see a couple of pit fiends like double take and then like look down and kind of slump down into the blood a little bit. Nobody seems to pay you any mind or want to say anything to you as your herald here, brandishing his colors, bravely walks through the bathhouse. Do y'all follow?
I guess so.
But not too close.
Not too close.
No.
I'm directly behind him.
Oh, Ellery, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Really?
No, not really.
My hand to God, another natural 20. I just wasted that having my fake dick evade getting stepped on by Grant. Thanks, Grant. That could have been like something to save my life.
Save your life.
Never mind. We're just gonna leave that one alone. All right.
Hey, watch my dick back there.
Yes, like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Ellery evades. I don't even know what's going on right now. I honestly don't. We got 40 minutes left, and I really have no idea what's going on right now. But what I do know.
Let me ask you, buddy.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. I'm going to interrupt you right now.
Go for it.
You picked Ellery to go to a brothel in hell. And to get drugs. You had to know that there was going to be a level of horse shit that you have never heretofore seen happen in this episode. You just pulled your mic out, I think.
Thought it would be funny.
I just muted it. Sorry.
Okay.
But yes, this is exactly what I was hoping for. I just didn't know how I would react to it, and I still don't. So Ellery, you, as pit fiends and mighty lords of hell, bow in your wake in your 4.5 foot tall, 2 foot depth wake. You make your way through this room, and no one seems to stop you or pay you any mind. And y'all make it all the way across through the bathhouse. And before you, there is a set of 3 doors. all closed, all on the same wall. What would you like to do?
Let's each take a door.
I can mage hand them all open in case they're trapped or some shit.
That's cooler.
Okay, I'll use my mage hand. As much as I want to, like, bullwhip them with my fake penis, I won't.
Okay, so you're using your mage hand to open which door first? 1, 2, or 3? Left,
Let's
center,
go.
or right?
Let's go with the same size as my penis, 2
2?
feet. I meant feet.
Okay, I was like,
Feet.
so Ellery, you use your mage hand and pull open the central door. It opens into an office. Pretty sparsely adorned, but functional. And behind the desk is sitting a very confused Bainbridge as he looks up as his door opens, and he looks out at you, Ellery, standing there Is everything okay, my friend? Do you need more drugs? Do you need women? I'm confused. Do you?
Okay. He only sees me. Correct.
You're the
Okay.
only. Hang on. You're the only one he at least acknowledges. He's looking at you and talking to you.
Okay. He messages then Hilda and says, "Hilda, hide everybody. I'm gonna get this motherfucker out of his room." Hey,
Okay.
I need you to come here for a second, please.
Okay, my friend. Do you need me to fetch a palanquin bearer for that, or what? I mean,
What do you mean? And as he's mentioning it, using the hat, Ellery is going to slowly make the penis begin to get erect as he's talking to him to increase the level of intimidation and the uncomfortable nature. He wants to just, what do you mean? What's going on?
And Bainbridge, he kind of had come out from behind his desk and was just like, "Oh, well, I was just saying, okay, you obviously are a man that can carry your own weight. How can I help you?
As
Before
this is
you pass out."
I'm going to just, without saying anything, I'm going to pull Guacamole. I'm going to throw Guacamole into one of the pools of blood.
What?
And I'm going to
Hang
tell
on.
E404.
Hang on. Okay. It's not in one of the ones with one of the pit fiends, so the lesser devils don't say anything as he kind of plunges into the bloody waves.
Okay.
Oh,
Reminds me of the day of my
okay.
birth.
I'm going to try to lure him out of his office.
Okay. And he has kind of come out from behind his desk. He's still in his office, but he's just kind of standing there just inside the doorway like, "What can I do for you, my friend? What have I not provided? I want to be a good host."
You have provided quite a bit, and you have been a fantastic host. However, we need some gnomes down in our room. As many as you can get.
Gnomes?
Gnome.
That's it? Why
That's
did
it.
you not say before, my friend?
We were shy.
You come... Are you serious? You come to brothel shy?
I'm not shy. And slowly, more and more erect. So if we could hurry up and get those gnomes. Slowly, more and more erect.
Well, and you see him kind of leaning back out of the line of flight. Anyway, and he, I can get you how many gnomes is enough gnomes? I mean, You know,
He begins to, I don't know, how many gnomes, how many,
You hear from the pulpit,
I can't
all of
say
them,
it. I can't say it. I'm like, I can't
all of the gnomes.
what? It's just like... Does Hilda speak up?
She just, yes. She tries to sound like something devilish. It's like all the gnomes. Ah, all the gnomes.
Well, of course, I can provide whatever you desire. Let us go and select exactly how many gnomes you need. Please come with me, my friend.
Commodore here will pick out the gnomes for our pleasure. I'm going to sit here and soak myself in one of these lovely tubs, and I will join you momentarily. E404, please sit, soak with me. You can see that our dear friend Guacamole is already soaking.
Oh, and he like looks over at Guacamole, genuinely surprised to see them alive. Well, you apparently Wanton desire. She was okay? No?
It's amazing how you downgrade the superlatives you speak of her from amazing, the greatest, to okay. That's not cool, dude.
What?
I think
Listen,
you should do some soul
you have to
searching.
make sure they don't get too big a head. You know what I'm saying? They become prima donnas. It's hard to deal with. Sorry, I apologize. Do not mean to speak ill of my those under my employ.
Well, it's okay. I forgive you. I still love you.
And I love you, my friend. And I am glad to see you still alive, honestly. She must have been quite a thing. Please come, gnomes. You want gnomes? I'll give you gnomes. And he like starts ushering out of the room, sweeping Hilda up in his wake, as he begins telling you of all of the gnomes that he has under his employ. Strong gnomes, tall gnomes, short gnomes, tall gnomes. Gnomes without name. Gnomes without place.
Well, that sounds sad for them.
Gnomes without fame. Gnomes without race.
Commercial.
Sorry, it's become a Dr. Seuss brothel.
Ew.
And
That's the worst kind.
yeah, it is. It's
What are we doing in this episode?
listen, I had a very general premise, and let me tell you, it's great.
It's developing.
It's developing. So, yeah, like Ellery, Bainbridge, he leads Hilda and ushers her out of the room. They begin heading downstairs as he's telling her of all of the gnome options. You can have gnomish happiness, gnomish grace, gnome mercy.
Mercy.
All of the things. Sorry, I just wanted to work that one pun in. Now we're back to the action. And you're standing here outside of his office, doors slowly drawing to a close on his office.
Mage hand, keeping them open.
Okay, you managed to keep them open just a crack.
A crack's all I need.
Especially in a brothel.
Quick, everybody, Guac E404.
Okay.
Into the
everybody give me stealth checks to see if you can slip into this without anyone noticing from the peanut gallery.
Natural 20. Jesus, E. Okay.
I got a dirty
Talk-
20.
Apparently, this blood is like really good lubricant for the joints.
Yeah, E, you have never walked quieter. Like literally, you're not making a noise. The viscosity of this particular blood, it doesn't clot that well. So it's you're just like,
They'll think about the morals of this later.
yeah. And yeah, y'all managed to slip into the office of Bainbridge, and you don't hear anything. Like there's no cries of alarm or anything, and you're just standing. And like I said, it's a very simple office. There's a desk with a chair behind it, a couple of filing cabinets, a bookcase off to one side. Not a lot of adornment in here, but this is the office that you see.
Okay. Guacamole, can you do things to dispel magic?
I can't do shit, my friend. I've got no spell slots. And even if I had them, there's not much I could do other than, play the skin flute.
Fuck. All right, well.
Not gonna lie, he didn't come out great.
Okay.
Brothel or otherwise.
Okay, well, everybody, don't do this. Everybody, meaning Guac, go around and touch stuff. I'm gonna check for traps.
What kind of? Yeah. I'm like walking around, just old fondle fingers.
So where are you fondle fingering, and where is everybody checking for traps?
All right.
I'm sorry, E.
Every inanimate object.
Shit.
Inanimate. Non-sentient.
Okay.
I'm checking for holes, glory, or otherwise.
Yeah, he's just looking around for where a piece of paper would be stored.
Say like on the desk or in the drawers of the desk.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm like removing lampshades and like turning on and off lights.
Okay, so
Yeah.
give me a perception or investigation.
Grant and I are get smarting this shit.
Yeah, he's just opening drawers while they're like looking behind paintings.
Right.
Every book on the bookshelf in case it's a secret lever.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
All right, so
I'm sorry.
Give me either a perception or investigation.
Ooh, that's a 16 then.
Oh, I'm sorry. 18 perception for Ellery, if you needed that.
Okay. Ellery, how much? What was it again?
18.
18. And Grant, what was
13.
13? TK is just kind of following E around.
Poor TK.
I totally
Yeah,
forget.
she's just like literally. Y'all have not heard a peep from her in your minds, right? She only talks kinetically, and like her eyes have been just wide the whole time.
Yeah, poor.
You almost feel her sometimes tugging at E's like arm, just staying close, like
Yeah,
she doesn't know what
probably-
to think.
He definitely has like like the hand on the arm, just
Mhm.
be like pat pat.
Yeah. So E, you're kind of shuffling around Bainbridge's desk, looking around at stuff. Ellery, you're looking at lampshades, maybe pulling some books off, and you do see like he obviously has some stuff hidden in these books, whether they be pieces of like blackmail. You see some strips of paper written in a language you don't understand, stored in certain books and stuff like that. But the one thing you do notice, Ellery, you feel or hear, you're pretty sure from a corner, but you look over and there's nothing there but a breath. Like an exhalation of breath.
Ellery will. I'm using all my shit today. Ellery's gonna pull out his bag of white powder, which you would think is cocaine, but is actually chalk, and he is going.
We have the cocaine instead of E. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah. You still have
I
the
was
real
just-
cocaine. Plan
Yeah.
C, right?
E404 is a drug mule now, which I find hysterical. Take this balloon.
What do I do with it? Don't worry. You'll know. Go for it.
So he's going to take the chalk and he is going to, because it's a quick open, he is going to open the pouch and disperse it in a cloud into the corner.
Okay, so we're going to treat that as your surprise round. You toss this powder into the corner. You see it cling to a figure, hiding, obviously invisible. And as the powder clings to it, you see the form you're pretty sure is Bainbridge, just standing in the corner, staring at you, invisible. And I'm going to need initiative.
All right.
Cinco.
My
Hilda's
initiative's
gone, right?
man.
Hilda, as you leave with this person that you left with, go ahead and give me an insight check as you have walked across the bathhouse and you're heading downstairs.
17.
Yeah, you. It's one of those things where he's engaging you in conversation, and you're kind of answering him, and he gives you like the same answer in the same cadence. And you realize it's just one of those moments that you realize like you're talking to some sort of magical construct. Like it's just one of those things that you know.
Okay. Well, then I will excuse myself.
And so I will allow that to give you initiative as well in this. So Grant, what was yours?
5.
5. Ellery?
15.
E44?
19, and they don't know what's going on.
Okay. Hilda?
17.
Okay. So initiative is as stands. It is E44, Hilda, Ellery, me, and then old Guacamole. E44, you saw Ellery, like you're sitting there searching the desk, and off to your left, Ellery's like looking at a bookshelf, and then he just kind of tosses some white powder. You're like, why would Ellery toss his cocaine into the air? But you do see the form of this person that y'all been interacting with, Bainbridge, like the hazy white form of an invisible creature being coated with chalk, but it's definitely him. You can make that out for sure. And he is like reacting to it, shocked, and it is moving to take some kind of action. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Tell him.
He doesn't want to fight this guy. They've had already so much trouble with like fighting people that they shouldn't be fighting. Whatever. But they also don't want this person to possibly hurt their friends.
It's true. This is an interesting time for E404.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do the thing that I did so freaking long ago. I'm just going to grapple and hold on. You're
going to go try to grab this slowly coming into sight form?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Oh, cool. That is a 27.
You easily run over, and like I said, he's in the corner.
Yeah.
And you see him raising his arms. You're not sure what to do. You can't make out what he's doing because you can't see his full form, just the general shape. But you run up and grab like his arms and like pin him in the corner, and you think you have him pinned.
Yeah. And just be like, please do not panic. We can maybe talk this through.
So that is E's turn. Hilda, you are walking downstairs to the second floor that's when you notice that you're talking to like an illusion, an image. What do you do?
I am going to cast a spell magic on it.
Yeah, you see it just kind of dissipate and crumble to just nothing.
Great.
Just magical cinders, and they They
And
fall
then
to the
I'm
ground.
going to turn around and walk back up the stairs.
Okay, so you're heading back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ellery. E44 has pinned this creature in the corner after you showed his hiding spot. What do you do?
Do I get free action speech?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Monologue all you want.
We just need the recipe, and we're out. Recipe, and we're out.
Recipe for you mean
The-
recipe for the
Come,
throne of
Cosmo.
Cosmos,
Yes.
my prized possession. He sent you, didn't he?
Fuck yeah, he did, man. Listen, I have to get out of here and give him that shit back, or I don't know what he'll do to me.
He is a curse.
He is. Fuck him.
But now you have crossed me.
I didn't want to. He kind of crossed you. It's de facto me.
Oh, that is not the way of things. This is how he works. It's what keeps him separate from the shit.
Listen, I've got an idea. I'm going to give you something that's going to even the score.
And E, you feel him kind of like not struggle as much, but he's still putting up a fight.
Yeah. Still, like they're not hurting them. It's just like
Yeah.
keep in place.
And he kind of struggles one more time, and he's like, go on.
How would you feel about being the guardian of the 84th gate? Fuck yeah.
Why the fuck would I want to do that?
I'm going to put it to you like this. How would you like to be able to bestow upon someone that you trust enough to be the guardian of the 84th gate? That would definitely put a fucking cramp in Syracuse shit, right? I guess. I don't know anything about elementals.
I'm not following. You have what?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Just don't struggle. He goes over and E, with your permission, E, can I open up your tum-tum?
Yes, Ellery.
Okay. Delicate touch. And he opens up the tum-tum and pulls out the bag of holding, which I assume is where we're keeping the helmet, right? Didn't we say we wrapped it up and threw it in the?
We didn't say anything about it, so
I said at the end.
I recall hearing it.
I said at the end of last episode that Ellery wrapped it up. I assume that we put it somewhere that would be safe.
Okay,
So-
sure.
Because you said it clanged on the ground, and I said, "Well, I'm certainly not leaving it there." And
Okay.
then here it is. The helm of 84th Gate Guardians.
And he's currently like struggling with E44, and he's like, I propose a cessation of hostilities for the extent of this conversation. Do you
As-
acquiesce?
I do, as long as I keep my current position in the initiative order, I will do so.
I accept.
All right.
And you feel him you feel him like stop resisting.
he will just kind of take a half a step back.
And he straightens his suit, brushes off a little dust. You're a strong one. Please give me your information. Perhaps I can have a job for you coming up. Call me.
They're not your type.
Neil. What do you propose?
I'm sorry, I'm making a joke in chat. Hold on, I'll stop. It was 8675E404. But
8675E404.
7E404.
E, I've got your number.
867E404. Oh my god. I want that on a fucking t-shirt. Anyway.
Okay. So what do I propose? Here's the helmet. Puts it down on the table and slides it a little bit for that piece of paper that matches his torn piece of corner. Let's fucking rock and roll, man. Let's do this. And then listen, you can steal this shit back from him. You guys can do this for all eternity or whatever the hell it is you do. Just let me get on my goddamn way. This is just... my back hurts.
Well, I would have expected that after you availed yourself of our trade, but I am confused as to why it is hurting now. Let me see here. And he
You're
like,
2 foot long. Sorry.
well, yes, I do. Now I get it. Carrying something like that, you would have hurt back. And he picks up the little corner of paper and like his eyes kind of go, ah, this is what you desire?
It's what he wants. I don't give a shit.
What did he say? Did he what? Were there any special stipulations? This is important with one of his ilk.
Well, now this may be the Advil talking, Pruitt, but he just said to get a piece of paper that matches the torn corner. Correct? That was the recipe. That was
he
for
wanted.
the.
Yeah, he wanted the recipe by any means necessary, is what he said. Like, those are pretty much the words he used.
By any means necessary. So here is the helmet to become the god of the 84th. I fucking here, and then you give me that piece of paper, and then you could steal it back from him whenever he isn't looking. Just, I really don't give a shit. It's,
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. Hey, let me see. Hold on. And he picks up the helmet, and you hear him kind of like mutter a bit as he closes his eyes in Infernal, and his eyes open back up, and they're like a slight hue of red as he looks over this, and his eyebrows like shoot up, and he's like, "So you want to give me this for this recipe? Yes?
Yeah, it's good shit, right?
Oh, it is the best shit. Of course. Yes. For this helmet. And you want to do this, and we have an accord, yes?" And he
Okay.
holds his hand out quickly.
Hold on 1 second. I have one stipulation. That this 84th gate, and I was absent for this session, so I'm going to hopefully have got this right. If you can just keep the mortal realm on the other side of the gate, like breathing for the next, let's make it a century. After that, fucking destroy it. I don't give a shit. 100 years will give them plenty of time. That's like nothing for you guys. So, how's that sound? You got the power? You wait a week in your terms, and then you can, I don't give a shit what you do. I'll be long dead. I'll be dead next week.
So you want me to keep people breathing for a century?
What? No, god damn, I hate dealing with you folks.
Well,
Listen.
you are the one here making deals. I'm just saying. I
Okay.
am ready. I'm ready.
Okay. For the next 100 years, I want them to be unaware that there's been any change in the gate, meaning their lives continue as is currently acceptable in their plane of dimensionality. They go about their lives for 100 years not knowing of your presence or the switch at the 84th gate. On 100 years and 1 fucking second, you can bust through that door with a 2-foot boner and a cheeseburger and kill all of them. I don't care. As long as they get a century to just live in bliss, make plans, get out of there, do whatever they need to do. But you got 100 years to make everything as it is and has been for the last 100. Just blissful ignorance. Monk agrees.
And a cat leaps from his crotch.
Woo.
And he takes this helmet and looks at it and looks at you. We have a deal, my friend.
All right.
And extends his hand.
Shakes it.
And when you retract your hand, Ellery, you have in it a piece of paper older than you have ever held. You would think that if you tried to roll it up, it would crumble into dust, but its top left corner is missing. And if it had that top corner, it would read the Thrum of the Cosmos as you see the ingredients, the mixture, the final product of whatever this is, written in some language. You're not sure, except for the title, of course, because you already read that. And it is in your hand.
Here, E404, let's put this in your tum for safekeeping, and then we'll get out of here.
You will very carefully take it
Okay.
and put it in their tum.
Okay. So you put the recipe in your tum-tum, and you leave the office of one Bainbridge, who is holding the helmet of the guardian of the 84th Outer Gate. And you see a smile stretch across his face to his ears, and just vicious teeth behind that smile as he stares at the gate and the doors close, Godfather 2 style. And you're in the bathhouse as the office doors shut.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Hey, Hilda,
Hey, what happened?
got the piece of paper. Time to go.
Oh, really? Okay. I was gonna get my freak on with innumerable gnomes, but that's okay. I have a boyfriend, after all.
That's true.
Really be serious.
Lives in Canada. You wouldn't know him.
He's real, you guys. You met him a lot. We saved his soul.
But yeah, y'all make your way downstairs. When you get to the first floor and make your way out to the little room where you received your drugs, there are about 54 gnomes in there, and you have to make your way through that room to get to the entryway and out. So can I get a dexterity save from y'all?
Oh my god.
1,
Is this a danger I can see?
It is.
2.
I mean, it's 54 gnomes in a room. So yeah, you can see them all.
Hilda puts on the song Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott, and then she gets a 5 on her dex save.
Mm-hmm.
A solid 17.
Yeah, E404, you managed to make your way through with only a couple of hangers on, but you managed to push
He's
off.
covered in spikes, and it's also a robot.
This is true, but there are a couple of spots that aren't jagged and they hang on. But you, like I said, you managed to shunt out of the room without too much delay. What was everybody else's? Unless you want
22.
I rolled in that 1.
Okay, so Ellery and E, because I would assume E is bearing Ellery. So yeah, y'all managed to make your way through the room, but you lost your Commodore and Guacamole. They haven't made it out of the room yet.
Marco. Polo. Alright. Marco.
How long would you like to wait before you depart?
We'll wait for Hilda. Sorry.
What?
Hilda, how long would you like to wait before you depart?
About 16 minutes.
Okay, about 16 and a half minutes later, Hilda leaves the room, putting her armor back on, putting her beard back in place. What about you, Guacamole?
I have no choice but to go back from whence I came. I have a mission to complete. But I love these gnomes. They're snuggly.
So again, I'm not sure. Do you stay with the gnomes or do you leave? If you
I
go
have
back
to-
from whence you came,
I
I'm not
have
sure.
to leave. I have to leave.
Okay. All right. So another minute or two after Hilda, Guacamole joins. Both of them very disheveled. In all manner of... Anyway. And so you depart the Bad Seed. Walk back up the... Yeah, you walk back up the trail to the entrance. It leads back to the plane of air. Go ahead and give me a either survival or perception check to find the entrance itself.
I got a 16 for myself.
21 perception.
Okay, yeah. Guacamole has been to the Bad Seed before. This is the first time he's ever been admitted past the entryway. So he kind of remembers the area, and then Ellery's like, oh, no, it's like right over there. And y'all managed to find your way back, walk through the tunnel, and you find yourself back on the kind of flaming earthberg in the plane of air itself. And only after a few minutes of waiting do you see in the distance one Akari Saraki on his little like air carpet, just like humming a tune, and he happens upon you. And I hope you were successful. Were you not, Ellery? Yes?
Yes.
We were going to have such a glorious night. Come! Yes, let us go! Get on! And in his very random nature, he's like ecstatic and happy, and ushers you back onto his little cloud carpet and takes you back to the land of 1,000 mountains, the domicile in which he claims court. And when you get there, he looks to you, Ellery, hands trembling. Please, may I see it? May I see the recipe itself?
Opens up with E404's permission, opens up the tom and gets out the page in the corner. Here.
And he takes it. Oh, that's what it was. Help me.
All right.
Let us make this. Let us experience this together.
I'm sorry, but we should probably be returning to our friend who is currently dealing with a possible family emergency by himself.
I was not aware. Oh, the thing. On the plane of fire with the thing. Right. It slips my mind. How about this? Let me make a batch, and I will send some with you as a token of gratitude. What say you?
How long will making a single batch take?
And he kind of looks at it. He's like, oh, minutes. Half an hour. Give me half an hour, and I will make you pure nirvana. Heaven excreted, diluted down to a fine mist. Do you not understand what is in my hands?
No, because I still do not understand why creatures decide to become intoxicated and lose many of their functional senses. It seems highly illogical.
Have you not tried?
No. And I do
Well.
not wish to.
Well, that is your issue, problem. I'm not sure what that is. It's a bad decision, is what it is.
Guacamole speaks up though. Guacamole's like, but I respect your values.
And Akari, he like takes the recipe and goes over. It looks like he's starting to mix and like just go to work. As y'all kind of are sitting in his entryway, like, and he goes to ignore you. Do you do anything special for the few minutes that it takes?
I don't think this is a good idea. We've been gone for a long time. I miss my hamster. I miss my crew.
Oh, trust me, Puss, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. And
Well,
he's like,
What are we going to owe you in return?
I
Giving
said
something
it
freely?
is a token of my gratitude. I said it and I meant it. I have someone who has done what I have asked of him. It is a rare thing in these days. It's not anything that I would expect out of Guacamole. And he kind of looks at him like expectantly.
Well, I had a question. Order of operation. So he was going off to go prep the thing, right? So is Hilda with him elsewhere, or like?
I mean, he just kind of goes to like what would normally be like a wet bar, except it's like an alchemist lab. And so he's still in the entryway, but he's not.
Yeah.
But he's just working.
Yeah, because here's what I wanted to happen when he departed, and he was going to go do his thing. So Guacamole goes to E, looks up. E, I shouldn't do this, but like I think you're really kind of cool, and I want you to have this if you'll open up your tum-tum. He's going to actually give the necklace to E404. Like, you're just really cool, and, like, I thought you should have this.
Oh. Thank you. That is very nice of you.
You'll probably never see me again, because, well, I'm played by Grant Ellison, kind of a one-off appearance. And he kind of turns and goes back, he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, Wanton Desires was, like, way out of my league. And I tried my best.
I put so much faith in you.
It was
Little
misplaced,
one.
dude. You should have known.
I should have known. And y'all kind of smell and taste a little like atmosphere, like ozone, as the air becomes a little bit more charged. And he kind of grabs a little concoction that is dripping out of a series of tubes into a vial. He corks it like without looking, and he's just staring daggers at Guacamole. And he like extends without looking a vial towards Ellery. You need to take this and leave. I have some business to attend to. I don't deal well with failure. And he lets it go, and a vial of a curiously blue concoction lands in Ellery's hands.
Hey guys, look, more drugs.
To go with the other 364.
Drugs for a year. Let's do it.
Okay.
And y'all begin to head back out, and a cloud ushers you out of his palace, back towards the plane of fire and down the staircase, as you hear him begin to berate Guacamole for his failures, his shortcomings, and most of all, that fucking hair. God damn it. And that's where we're going to leave off. Until next week. Actually, not next week, because Emma and Jim are going to be flying in next week. And so we're going to take a week off. But we'll be back in 2 weeks for the wrapping up the Heliac Sphere, which should have been done like a month ago. But, you know, hey, games are what they are. And here we are. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. We're running a little bit late, but that's fine. I wanted to go ahead and get through all this. But had a good time. Thank you, Grant, for joining us this evening, filling in for the absent Trey. And so we're going to go back through cast and crew, and we always go in reverse order. So we will start with you, Grant. Where can we find you? How'd you enjoy this evening? And how are you doing?
I had a lot of fun playing a random character with a random level. He was a 4th level bard with very sorry stats, but I had a lot of fun playing with you guys. I'm kind of like the unseen background technician every week, but it was fun to step out and participate in Starward Bound and have a nice little full circle arc for a character that was random with a last-minute adventure hook.
Yeah, that was it was a lot of fun. Greg, that notwithstanding, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Doing well, having fun. Drugs, brothel. I thought Ellery would have a better time, but he didn't because he was there on a mission because the Commodore decided to get high, and E404 wasn't having any of it, and the cool wasn't there, and Guacamole was shady as fuck, and so, but it was fun, and I always loved playing with this group. Had a blast. You're probably, as soon as I go off of Zoom and stand up and move, you'll probably all hear my scream from wherever you are on the planet Earth. But it was worth it. I love all you all. Grimjack21502 on the Twitter, part of the Tales from the Grim team on the Twitch. A lot of fun. We have Fall of Faerun coming up this week, and some more Big Trouble on its way for the channel. We'll see exactly what that means soon, later on.
Oh, we most certainly will, won't we? Next up, Emma, how are you?
I'm good. I forgot all the chatbot abbreviations, but I'm good. That was a very silly episode. Hilgard had a wonderful time. It seems at Ellery's expense. I'm sorry for that. But she did everything she wanted to. She even has a little memento to take with her to remember Guacamole, which she will always cherish. Yes, I had a great time. That was very silly. I'm going to be processing that all week, I think. Yes. I'm the communications director for WebDM. We have a lot of things going on, including a video tomorrow. I believe it is about political intrigue. It's going to be a good one. We have do we have Land Between Two Ciphers on Thursday, Grant?
This week, yes.
Okay, great. We have Land Between Two Ciphers, a miniseries run by Grant Ellis in Land Between Two Rivers. That's Jim Davis' homebrew system. And then on Sunday we had the finale of The Lost Girls. Last Sunday, we'll have a Q&A and an announcement this Sunday at 2 p.m. And I think that's all we got going on right now. We're a week away from crazy adventures.
Yes.
Going to Texas for shooting videos, and then going to Los Angeles for D&D Live. It will be great.
You're goddamn right. And last but not least, Kiana, how are you?
Man, sometimes I wonder to myself, what are we going to get into today when I sit down and go into space with this crew? And apparently it's hell brothels with just so much. And now 365 separate items of drugs in E in their tum. Because this is what they do now.
Yeah.
They hold all the money and they hold all the drugs.
You're the most powerful person on the crew, it sounds like.
I was gonna say, I think the crew may be fucked if something ever happens to E.
The capitalism.
If something happens to E, Ellery is going to be like John Belushi in Animal House when they like take the fucking bar and break the bottle. Oh! He took the E, the whole fucking E.
Yeah, that was amazing as always. I love playing with this crew so much. Oh boy. And then off to save the Heliac sphere, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. But we're gonna do something, and E will be there helping their friends.
Yeah, it boggles the mind.
Yeah, but you can find me over on Twitter at best way to figure out what I'm doing. Come over the internet, playing role-playing games almost every day of the week, except less so this week because I'm going to be going on vacation for once. Now that I'm done, so I'll be gone there. So I won't be here for the Q&A for Lost Girls. But if you have any questions about Al and her crazy cyberpunk shenanigans and possibly being blown up in the finale, ping me on Twitter. And I'll answer your questions there. Other than that, you can find me over on Tales from the Grim as well. We've got some really exciting stuff coming up with the new season ramping up. So come hang out with us there. And then we'll be here in a couple weeks to do more Starward Bound.
Most definitely. And I'm Pruitt, one half of WebDM. Of course, we have our games here Tuesday night and Thursday night and Sunday, as mentioned. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. So it will be after my 40th birthday, which will be on May 5th, Cinco de Pruitt, as it is known in my circle. So until then, I hope everybody has a glorious time, amazing gaming, and as we always say, may the dice ever roll in your favor.